But hello, hello, and welcome. It's week 4, and I don't know where the time has gone. I've been in my own little world and really been downloading all of this beautiful information. Today, we've got a journey that came through a few days ago, and I just had to sit and receive and be really still. So it's a journey with an ascended master called Seraphis Bey, which is so exciting because he is a master, a keeper of the flame, of the ascension flame, and his etheric temple is above the Great Pyramid in Luxor. And of course on the etheric realm, so you can't physically see it, but it's there. So we're going to journey at the end to receive some activations from the diamond ray and the crystal ray from him, which is really exciting. But before all of that, we're going to talk about the crystal today, which is fulgurite. Now look, I know you've all got a small piece of it, but let me tell you, 1 second, someone has just, I don't normally look in the chat box, but I don't think you're recording. No, I'm recording, don't worry. Thank you, Terry. Right, just so you know, guys, I'm not going to look at the chat box because it does distract me and I have to be here with you fully. So, and I ask that you do the same, but thank you, it's recording, but all good. So fulgurite, you only need a little bit of this because it is powerful. It's to the point where I hold, and I don't know about you, but I hold it in my left hand. I even hold it in my right hand, but normally my left. And I get shockwaves down my spine, down my whole body. It is electric energy. It's so powerful, I cannot begin to explain. Well, I will try to explain a bit. I want to show you first. I'm going to show you how it forms because it's really incredible. Now, this is how fulgurite is found, and it's found on top of the sand, and it can be made from sand or soil. The ones you've got here in your hand are from the Sahara Desert, so they're made of sand. Now, it's caused by an intense moment of alchemy, of raw elemental energy. Now, I'm just going to stop sharing the screen so I can talk to you. So you've got to remember, these are the stones we're looking at. We started off with lava stone, which is formed from an intense elemental moment of fire, magma. It's come from inside of the earth when it's cooled. Then we looked at the week after Libyan gold tektite, which was again formed of an elemental moment of this air blast with intense temperatures and gases. And now today we're looking at this amazing thing that actually doesn't look like that much to look at, but it's an incredible shamanic tool, and the shamans use this a lot. So it's when the lightning struck the earth, and it cuts through, and the sand would blast up, and the lightning kind of moves through into it. So that's what the tube is. That's where the lightning has been through your crystal, through your crystal, your mineraloid. And it's the crystal, that's the sand crystallizes, and some say it's like a form of glass. And it under the intense heat and pressure, it forms this, which is called fulgurite. Fulgur is the Latin word for thunder, or it could be lightning. No, lightning. I say thunder because the lightning and thunder beings are with this so strongly. So it holds that elemental moment of pure power. So when you hold it, and it might make your hand vibrate slightly, well, if you're very sensitive, I mean, like I said, I can't hold it for long periods of time because it sends shockwaves through my body. That's why it's so incredible for clearing. It's just very high vibrational. Now, so like I said, this one's from Sahara. You can also find them in the Gobi Desert. They've also been formed of soil as well, but I prefer the sand ones, if I'm totally honest with you. It's quite hard to come by as another rare stone, like blooming all the other stones we have on this, which is, I think that's what's so nice about it. They're very unusual stones. But I swear to you, if you start using this in your practice, you will get hooked to it because it brings an energy fast, rapid transformation like none other. So it works too. So when I started working with it first, the message is it works to your throat. It works to your throat to clear so intensely. It moves up to your third eye and clears your third eye. At the same time, it works through the channels to your inner ear. It's really, really powerful at clearing new pathways. So it's going to enhance your psychic abilities, but massively open your ear chakras, so open your inner ear, open your clairaudience. Now, clairaudio is clear hearing. So when I hear the angels sing, that's clairaudio. When I hear the crystals giggle, clairaudio. When you're getting messages from your guides, so it's going to open your clairaudio 100%. So and then it takes energy up to your high chakras and takes you up and out and forms a clear channel to the divine. then what it does is it channels its energy back into your heart, and it kind of centralizes in your heart. From your heart, then it spreads the energy all around your body. So if I was to say chakra focus, it would be throat and above, centralizing in the heart. But then as I was sitting with it, and when it showed me how to use it properly, well, not properly, but you know what I mean, in the most effective way, then it directed me down to the base chakra, and it said, you know, that it doubles the size of your base chakra to allow you to release effectively from your base. It was very specific, and the message was, at the moment, all the people on this course, all of us together, really need to work with it on our base as well, as a specific message to empty toxins out, as well as your base. I'm jumping ahead of my notes here, but it's an amazing womb tool. If we have any womb healers here, I know we do, and I know that a lot of us here are working on motherline, ancestral pain and trauma and clearing. So it's not just talking to, because I know, you know, we've got some gentlemen on this course, so it's not just talking to the women, but it's for sexual healing, for your sexual organs. Now, we'll talk about in a minute and how you particularly use its energy and how it can be, you know, beneficial for that. But it's for clearing the womb space, the clearing the sacral space, really, really potent, to the point where I would say, if you're going to do work on your womb, that only use this in short doses, like, you know, place it there for 5-10 minutes or so, take it away, give your body a rest, and then bring it back in. You'll get to know, the more you use it, how much you need it. I mean, how much you need to leave it on your body. But it's so powerful. You don't need that much of it. So that's kind of where it wants to focus. I mentioned it's a shamanic tool. It clears the energy channels and allows your psychic energy to flow more freely. It's an amazing journeying tool as well. So the shamans used to use it for past life retrieval and soul retrieval. I'm really hot on teaching people about soul retrieval, because I believe that we are going through this life collecting all the pieces of us back again. We're putting ourselves back together, and it's not just body parts that have gone missing through past lives, it's emotions and fears and bits of splintered off through guilt and sorrow. Soul fragment retrieval, and this is what this is for. So this would be really good for you to meditate with and journey work with the intention of going into your past lives. The shamans used to use it, they used to use it by blowing, so it is a tube. Now, if you can see this one has a tube. If you have a piece that's crystallized and it's maybe flattened or it doesn't own, it's still going to work. Don't worry that that's blocking anything. It's still the power of the stone that's focalized. It's part of it. It's still gonna, and energy is energy. But they are incredible tools to keep investing in, to be honest. I mean, when I work with clients, I've been given layouts to use at least 7 of them on each chakra, with the crown facing, so you're kind of sending energy down in, and the other one's kind of holding them like this over each chakra. So don't worry if it's fused or crystallized, it's still going to work with the meditations we're going to do, and it's all about intention, isn't it, at the end of the day. So the shamans used to do their journey work, go into a trance and pick up pieces of their souls that went down on a journey and literally put this to their mouth, and they used to blow through it, and they used to collect the soul piece and put it on the end. They kind of envisioned themselves putting on the end of this crystal, where the crystal was holding it for them. And then when they came out of their journey, they'd place it to their heart, which is really beautiful, and believe that that energy that pushes through this and in would push their soul fragments back into their heart, which I think is so lovely. So that was a really lovely way they use them. It's such an earth stone. And they'd do this, and then they'd blowing through it was the main use for this. They'd blow through and send good energy out to the grids, to the earth. But there are other ways. So I mentioned, going back to my bit when I said, you know, I can't hold it for long periods of time, and even now I'm a bit like, I'm going to put it down for a little bit. It holds the energy of lightning, so it's electric. It sends electric pulses through your body, and it almost shocks it. Nothing to worry about, not in a bad way. And you've got to remember, you only receive what you're ready for. So it almost like sends pulses out, and when it shocks and opens your aura, it kind of pushes it, and then it brings it in, and then it pushes it out a bit further and brings it back again, just so you're opening up. But it won't force you. It will just kind of, it almost like takes your hands and it's like, come on. It's a shake up stone. It's shaking things up. So it will really, really team well with Libyan gold tektite that you have, which was last week. Was it last week? I think it might have been. All weeks were merging into one. And they both really help the electromagnetic field of the body and bringing you back into balance and back into harmonic resonance with your heart. Another thing it's amazing at is cellular rejuvenation. So, you know, I mentioned it's powerful. It doesn't mess around. It goes straight into the cells, the atoms, the protons, the neutrons, and it shakes. It creates rapid change and helps you rebuild and restructure. So I never really, you've probably noticed, I don't talk about crystals on this in the sense of the physical, how it's going to help you in the physical, like, oh, I've got a headache, put whatever it is, blue calcite on you. For me, it's about so much more. And I very much cover the metaphysical because they're my strongest messages, and I just have to stay with what I'm strong at. And it's this, but they were showing me in this case, they showed me a vision of the cells in the body holding the energy, spiraling the energy and multiplying, and every cell that multiplied around it was really healthy and golden. So they were saying, you know, it can rebuild. It's a rebuilding, it's a bridge crystal to other planes and to other parts of you, and just full regeneration. So if you are sick or undergoing any treatment, perhaps it would be a good one to work with. I mentioned wound clearing. I knew I'd gone ahead of my notes and I shouldn't have done that. Another thing that this is really incredible for, let me tell you, is rousing Kundalini energy. It really stirs things up in that sense. And the Kundalini energy is that coiled serpent, that Shakti, life force energy that's in the base of your spine, that, you know, it said that when it uncurls and travels up your spine through your heart, your third eye, out your crown, and that's when you kind of almost like reaching a path to enlightenment, and you're the most connected and in your flow. Now, you know, I'm not here to awaken your Kundalini. It might have happened, and if it has, it's great. But what I want to mention is, and the reason I am mentioning it is because we are going to be working a bit with serpent energy in a beautiful way in week 6, which is all about rebirth with the Vanadinite, and that's where this kind of serpent energy comes in. But it's interesting because I really felt with this box of 7 crystals that you have, a lot of them are to stir Kundalini energy, are to stir that primordial energy within you to remember and to travel up your spine. But in saying that, with Kundalini energy, it's really important it's done with a practitioner that knows what they're doing, because it's so potent. If you have a Kundalini awakening and you're not ready for it, it can open your channel up to manipulation, to all sorts of things. You have to take it in stages, and there's purification that needs to be gone through. And it's very interesting because the journey that's come through at the end to do with Serapis Bey, to go to the ascension flame, is very much about purification, and it feels like it's a step that needs to happen to be purified in the flame before we can kind of go to work with the crystallized serpent energies, because we just have to, everything has to go you know, there are layers and there are levels for everything, and you need to kind of move through it in the right way. So I found that really interesting, that it will rouse your Kundalini energy. You'll feel it stirring. Seriously, let me tell you, if you put it down on your sacral and you breathe with this and breathe it into your sacral chakra. So it's all about recalibrating and awakening that Kundalini energy. So I mentioned, yeah, if you want to focus on that kind of energy and you are a womb healer or you're into all the tantric side of things, then please go with someone who knows what they're doing if you're going to work with this crystal, because it's very powerful and it's very potent, and it needs to be massively respected. So that being said, manifesting. Everyone loves manifesting. It's my firm belief that you don't have to manifest when you're in the flow of the universe. Everything just magically aligns and comes, not magically, it comes to you because you are so surrendering to everything and accepting and not attaching to anything, that it just flows. But that being said, people need help getting to that point. We're all at different parts of our journey. It's an new word there, incredible manifesting stone. So to the point, very similar when I was talking about how the shaman blow into it. We're going to do a meditation in a minute together, just a seated meditation, while we're going to manifest. And your email you got, could have been this morning, was just to ask you to think of something, hold a vision that you want to manifest for the next 6 months, the next 3 months, this year, whatever it is. So we're going to call that in soon, and we're going to work with it in the sense of how you manifest with this, because it manifests things super fast. It aligns you very fast. It clears the pathways through the divine, for your mind to connect you with the divine mind, so you can pull it in instantly. So for anyone who's interested in manifesting, please let this be your go-to. I know there are many crystals that help with manifesting. Citrine is one that everyone always mentions. I love citrine. It's beautiful. It's like honey energy, and it's just so soothing and warm, and really helps you bring forward with bring your creativity forward. But citrine hasn't got the potency that this has to it's so sharp, it will just go in and make it happen for you. So there you go. I think I've made myself clear on this one. This is for manifesting. And it said that the shamans used it with prayer. So you'd manifest, and while you're bringing this manifestation, holding this beautiful vision in your heart and breathing out through it, to let it out to the universe, you were saying prayers at the same time. And the prayers, it just strengthens everything. It strengthens decrees, prayers, intentions, all sorts. So it's just known as being really, it's not talked about enough, to be honest. I don't think many people use this or know about this apart from the shamans, but it needs to be used more. I've mentioned, I've got it, rapid transformation. I can't mention that enough. It's a stone to just be aware that it will bring change very fast. It's also an electromagnetic frequency EMF protector, so it will ward off all unharmonious frequencies from televisions, from geopathic stress, any kind of laptop, anything, devices that are coming your way. It literally repels them. So this is a really good one to have. And another amazing thing that it does, it helps anchor high frequencies from the spirit matter, from the spirit plane into the physical, from the spirit into physical. Yeah, I don't know if I explained that very well, but it helps harness and anchor high frequencies. Another reason it is here, because we are working with high frequencies. So that is kind of like the key points for this. I have a shamanic guide who actually helped me with my animal guides, really beautiful, kind of almost like an ancestral spirit guide. And I sat around with the fire with him, and he got this out. I got this out. I went with him and we were talking about this. And he was saying that it was a gift from, and I have to read this because I won't do it justice otherwise. Can it be worn as a necklace? Yes, it can be worn as a necklace. People do wear it as a necklace. But I would say, is if you're very, very sensitive, like I couldn't wear this as a necklace. I mean, it's too much for me. Like, can you see? I don't know if I keep putting it there, but I can't read around. Anyway, you can, if you feel you can take the energy for long periods of time, yes, you can. So my shamanic guide said to me that it was a gift from the thunder gods and the lightning gods. And he keeps, and shamans are very respectful of earth energy, of course. And he kept saying to me, a power like this is not ours. He said it was given to the earth, and it's for clearing her grids. He was very specific that this is for earthwork. He also said that as much as we blow through it to release our intent manifestations out to the universe, and connect with the divine mind, he said you blow through it and you send your prayers to the earth. You blow through it into the ground. He said it's always, and he kept telling me, please be thankful, as if we need any more, nudges to do that. I mean, we try and live in this grateful, to be grateful all the time, but he said it's really important to be super thankful when you work with this stone, because the shamans revere it as such an incredible thing. He said it charges the grids. So that was really interesting, I think. And then there's a lot of you that do earthwork and clear all the land. So this is what he said, it charges. And it was interesting because he said that he showed me a collection of them forming a circle, so placing a circle of them on the earth. And he says it's the circle formation brings trigger charges, and it'll bring, like I told you about the pulses affecting the light body and opening your light body and then kind of opening it in stages. He says this is what this circle of fulgurite would do on the earth. It will pulse through the grids with a bigger charge if you group them, more of them together, in pulses and ways. And it just basically is an enhancer of your connection to the earth. When I don't even need it actually in my hands now, I can call its energy to me. say, you know, the other night I was going to sleep and I called its energy in, and my feet chakras just burst open, and it wants to connect us to the earth so much. So that's another thing it does. It really, it sounds strange, I know, but it really opens your feet chakras. And it's just, yeah, it's just an amazing thing that I'm really glad it's on this course, and I'm really thankful that it's here, because it's changed a lot for me. And I've, you know, worked with a lot of crystals, and nothing has come close to that like that. No words, just power. So a good way to work with it is, let me see if I've got my meditation up for you so you can just see. Let me just do a screen share. 1 second. So this is one of the meditations we're going to be doing in a minute. I'm going to talk you through it. So the way it wants to work with you is you face the tubular bit towards your chakra. And what this one does is it spirals, it's very much about spirals of energy. So it spirals energy in, it spirals energy out, then it pulls it back through like a vacuum and out to draw out toxins. So that's how we're going to be working with it. Now, I thought it was important to say that, you know, we can use we use other crystals in this way. Obviously, for example, when you work on someone and you use a clear quartz point, you're using the point pointing towards the chakras to send a beam of energy, its beam of energy through your chakra to the back to clear it. That's a beam. It just kept saying to me, this crystal is all about spirals. It's all about spiraling energy. That's how it wants to be worked with. That and the whole process of putting it to your lips and blowing through it. So I thought that was important to say. So another really great way to work with this is I talk about going inside crystals, like going inside the chambers of them and feeling all their light. This is perfect to go inside. So you just want to imagine that this is just kind of going to grow and encase you until you're around it. And I have this incredible thunder machine here. I don't know if it's going to work because the sound will work, but a little bit now. Hear that? Anyway, I always bring sound into my sessions, as you know, and I found this incredible thunder maker by Reno, and I really recommend it if you're a practitioner or you work with crystals and healing and you want to bring another dimension in. If you want to work with fulgurite, to invest in a thunder maker from Reno. They're not expensive, and it just brings that element when you guide them into meditation to kind of be inside this tube to make the thunder noises and to really call in the thunder gods. And the air source really does enhance, and it really takes you there instantly. So that's a really nice way to connect with it. And obviously it's a tube shape, so it's going to be easy to visualize that and imagine yourself in a tube. So that's the kind of the way you want to work with it. Spirals of energy coming through each end, and point it. So when you go to your crown, we're going to be pointing it down, and it's going to spiral energy through you. The same with your base chakra, it would be pointing down and sending energy out and into the earth. So that's fulgurite. I can't wait for this next week for you to work with this and to just make your notes and journal and see where it takes you and what it shakes up in your body and where and what you're releasing. It's just going to be such an awesome trip. This is so amazing. The next thing we're going to briefly talk about is copper, which is another thing we don't use enough of. Now, copper is so incredible. We know that it has a lot of physical health benefits. You see people who might have joint pain, muscle pain, bad circulation and heart problems wearing the copper bracelets. Now that's because so there's a lot of proven science behind it actually shifting your energy field, it clearing circulation and basically helping circulation and easing joints and stiffness. So there's a lot of research on it. It's an amazing channeling metal. So, and it's amplifying. So my takeaway to you is please start working with copper with every crystal you have, because it'll just literally having it in the same area as this crystal and these crystals, when you're working on someone or on yourself, it enhances and it basically just takes the energy to another level, because it's almost carrying it faster to other parts of you. So it's electrical, it's quite electrical as well, but it's warming and it's cooling. They say it has the energy of the sun and the moon in it. So that in itself it's a good grounding, balancing stone as well. But for me, I use it in my sessions, and I use it. I have these copper cylinders. Through all of my sessions, I get people to hold them, and for me, it's about clearing pathways. I can almost follow the flashes of the energy through the body and see how it's just helps things circulate so much easier, and not just in our body with our blood and our on the spiritual level of like the pathways of light through us, in the earth with the grids. People douse with copper rod, or they have copper rods to kind of check the ley lines for the energetic currents going through the earth. And that's because it's a conductor, because it's an amplifier, because it's an amazing channel. It's and because it will help the energy flow. So they're harmonizing the ley lines and any blockages through the waters with the copper dowsing. So that's why I think bringing copper into your practice is so important, into your crystal grids, into everything. And copper actually charges crystals. I have this incredible copper bowl, and if I want to charge my crystals up to another level, I put them in this copper bowl, and it's like they start singing instantly. They love being together, crystals and copper. So you have your copper nuggets. I would say, that is enough, but you can invest in more. There's amazing spheres, and there's all sorts of shapes you can get, Merkabas, all sorts, and they're really, really worth it. I got shown that a lot of the temples in Atlantis had a lot of metals on the inside of the walls, to conduct the energies of the big temple quartzes in the middle, or the crystal skulls. And often they would have copper on the walls because it just bounced the energy up. It was so important, and it's something that needs to be brought back more. So to almost like bring it into your everyday practice, your everyday rituals. It's interesting that it's the most abundant, and I didn't know this, I actually looked this up, it's the most abundant trace mineral that's found in the human body is copper, and it's mostly found in your liver and your brain. And I thought, like, I was sitting with this and I was like, this is very interesting, that they want us to bring copper on the outside of our body too, as much as we have it flowing on the inside. And the guides are saying to me, you need to consciously connect the copper with the copper in your body, to help charge you more, to revitalize. And again, talking about cellular restructuring and cellular rejuvenation, to recharge you. So there's definitely something in that on the physical. We mentioned at the beginning, the physical level, like there's a lot of tests proven that it helps the physical side of your health. But there's something about bringing more balance and a harmony into your body, and that's what it's going to be able to do. It also can ground, like fulgurite, it's an anchor, so it can also ground a lot of high frequencies into the body and help you hold them in a more efficient way. So this is the perfect pairing, copper and fulgurite. So yes, that's really, like, it keeps coming up to really, really anchor in all of these beautiful frequencies, but that our soul star is now really opening up to, obviously the stellar gateway and the soul star, important connections to bring in the stellar frequencies. But from the very beginning of the course, I told you that soul star, earth star are our priorities this course, and expanding and really reconnecting with and enhancing. So that's enough of my talking. I want you to do a meditation now with me. So we're going to do one that is going to help shake up your energy system. So for this, you're going to grab your fulgurite, you're going to get your Libyan gold tektite and your stromatolite. And it's actually the visualization that I put up on the screen a minute ago. So you don't have to have it in front of you, because I'm going to talk you through it, but I've just put it up on the screen now so you can see. We're just going to be spiraling energy in through our chakras and clearing. So as with anything, I don't want to talk too much. This course is very much about holding the space and guiding you through your own experiences with crystals, because that's the most important thing. So here we go. Right, so I want you to just sit there. We were just going to sit comfortably, maybe in the lotus position, just like, as you would meditating, whatever's comfortable to you. You're going to hold the fulgurite in your left hand, and you're going to place the golden Libyan tektite under your bottom, and your stromatolite just close to your base chakra, close to your bottom, maybe in between your crossed legs. So I'll give you a moment to just do that and sit there. And we're just going to start taking a few deep breaths together, as always. I'm just going to put this music on in the background so we've got something. So we're going to begin to breathe together. In through the nose, bringing that beautiful life force energy into your body, beautiful pure white light. Just really grounding into your body, into this moment, being with your breath as it flows in through your nose, into your chest, expanding your chest, opening your heart. Just taking a few deep breaths. And you might want to just close your eyes lightly just for this moment where you just focus everything on your breath and inhaling and opening all parts of you. Opening all chakras, open mind, open heart. And hold the intention to open up fully to receive the crystalline vibrations. You might want to just make sure you're sitting up straight, lengthen your spine, so the energy flows from top to bottom of your spine with ease. This is important. Beautiful, wonderful. So you can open your eyes now and just gaze at your hand where you're holding your fulgurite. And I want you to start to begin to roll it through your palms, opening your palm chakras, just gazing at it, taking in all of its angles, its texture, its structure, staring at its tubular entrance and connecting with the flow of energy as it bursts from it and out the other side. You might want to place your lips at the end of the tube and blow into it once or twice. This is to stir up its electric energies. So imagine as you look at this piece, it starts to expand in your hands, growing, growing, growing into this massive tube as it starts to surround you, encasing you. And you're standing in this fulgurite. And we're just going to feel and call in the thunder beings, the lightning beings, to come into presence and be with us now. So now you've connected with its energy, it's time for it to connect to yours. So holding the fulgurite in your left hand, you hold it to your heart and show it your heart's light. As if scanning this crystal. Agree to welcome its energies of change and declare in your mind that you are ready. You are ready to receive its power. Wonderful. So now you can let your hands gently rest in your lap, still holding the fulgurite in your left hand. Now bring awareness to your base chakra, where two potent crystals sit, the golden Libyan tektite and the stromatolite. You see and feel them activate and light up beneath you as you connect in with them. As your root chakra opens, this red chakra in your base starts opening up to receive their light flow as you accept it into your base chakra. This beautiful yellow glow from the Libyan tektite and this really grounding earth brown energy from the stromatolite, filling your base chakra up, traveling to any other chakras, any other parts of you. Just let it flow through you to where it needs to go. So you're going to start to use your breath to magnetize, to pull that energy from your root chakra up into your next chakra, your sacral. So you begin to breathe in deeply, pulling that energy up from your base chakra, bringing it into your sacral. You continue to bring it and pull it up, 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 filling up your sacral with this beautiful yellow light and this brown grounding energy. And with each further inhale, you gather momentum and you pull it up through each chakra in turn, rising through you into your heart. Breathe in deeply now to receive the full spectrum of these energies around you. As the fulgurite in your hands, so energy starts to flow into your hand chakras, your palm chakras, into your arms, through your arms, into your chest, creating a steady stream of light to your heart, of really clear, cool energy. As all of these energies merge together now through your heart, just continue to breathe as these energies rise through you, not attaching, just allowing. Now you're going to place your fulgurite at your throat chakra, the tube facing your throat, as you allow its blasts of air to spiral through your throat chakra from front, pulsing and pushing to the back, where the back of your throat chakra opens and allows it to move through you. Holding it to your throat still, we call its energy back through you like a vacuum, where it reverses and pulls out any impurities and toxins from the front of your throat, all the way through, allowing it to spiral back through and out of you. Hold it there until it's removed all that it needs to at this time. And you're going to move it up to your third eye. And with the same action, it pulses spirals of electric air energy through your chakra, all the way pushing through and out to the back with such a gust, moving through new possibilities and higher vibrations that shake your whole energy field up. Then it sucks all toxins and impurities out, back in backwards in a spiraled momentum and out the front of your third eye chakra, creating a vacuum through. No real no ari tieno qua wamba real niaro atai shushunya to aina akai kian kion kon kwam moi tiano ta ari anda sun suri anda Continue to breathe in as we welcome the assistance of our celestial guardians that drop in now to support you in light, to hold you in light. Finally, you bring the fulgurite up to your crown, holding it face down towards your crown, where it pushes an almighty blast of air down through your crown, through each chakra in turn, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, sacral, and the base chakra, straight through you. Straight through you. Feel its power as it courses through you at this moment. As your chakras are open, spinning in a continual flow and aligned. As we ask to intensify the light from heavens down into your body, as this light intensifies and pulses through you. We receive in light, receive in light, receive in light. The angels are coming in now, your angels. We call them in to adjust your light body and to reconnect new pathways of light so that you can hold the optimum amount at all times. They're adjusting the field so you're not overwhelmed. Maria no roi siang no real na real na real na no real na real na real na real na anna real na amaru real na ru suru ainya raya no aro asura lo antario la antario ta antaha so ata anquadia no ta ihi hanata aro. We thank them, we thank them, we thank them for their light, for holding this space for us. To receive the optimum amount of light at this time that our body can adjust to, as we adjust our frequency through our heart, through the harmonies and the tones, to connect with the energies, the pure energies of this powerful thunder, electric energy moving through us. I ask that you be still now, bringing awareness back to your breath. Slowing your energy field down, consciously with your thought, slowing it down with your thoughts. Shunuya rualna ya uhuaini kahwanda saro shushuindaro atua. We slow the field down to receive the optimum amount of light. As we reground in loops of infinite light from our heart down to our earth star, through each chakra in turn, golden infinite loops of light, linking in through and down through our earth star chakra and into the earth. Surutha al-Naya. As you continue to breathe, you may feel your body pulsing with light. You might observe how glowing and radiant you are as you observe yourself. And this, dear brothers and sisters, is just the beginning. We are making room for more light infusions. So we thank the crystals with this. We thank Fulgurite as we hold it to our hearts, and thank all beings, all earth elementals, all air sylphs and thunder beings and lightning beings that have helped us, connected with us today through this magnificent stone, this powerhouse. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And so it is, so it is, so it is. So you can open your eyes and just bring your awareness back into the room. We're going to do one more seated meditation. And this one, you're going to stay in a seated position, and we're going to use the fulgurite in your left hand again. And you might want to move the other crystals, or you might want to keep them there. It's up to you. But I want you to bring in the copper now. So you're going to hold the fulgurite in your left hand, and you're going to place the 2 nuggets of copper at your feet, 1 at each foot. So I'm going to give you a moment to do that. And take a deep breath. I really hope in that moment that you could hear the thunder from my little thunder maker. If you couldn't, it's okay. It was just for a short moment. So we're going to come back into our body. We're going to ground again, ground all our energy and our thoughts into our body. We're going to sit there comfortably, stretch your spine up again, your shoulders, just to lengthen your spine. Maybe you want to just put your arms outstretched up to the sky and just really lengthen your body. There really needs to be like support on your spine and lots of lengthening happening as this light's going to travel down your spine. Wonderful. So again, we breathe in together, a deep breath in. Opening our heart, just holding it for a moment, and breathe out. Wonderful. Take another deep breath in, deeper than before, breathing in pure white light and expansion. Wonderful, hold it there and breathe out. Long, deep exhales, and one more breath in for me. Wonderful. So we call all of our energy back in so we can be fully present in this moment with your breath. So this is the meditation to manifest. This is the one, guys. So I want you to take a moment to just visualize your most desired outcome, what you wish to manifest. And I want you to call it into your mind's eye. Use all your senses to paint this picture, this feeling of you in this moment as if it's happening, or it's happened, should we say. But bringing all your senses in, just feeling how happy you'd feel if this happened, because it's happening. Or bringing colours, all your senses in to really be in this manifestation, and this, whatever your heart desires, be there so fully with it in your heart and your mind. Really feel it in all parts of you, in your cells, every cell, every part of you, every layer. And hold that happiness that you feel in your heart. Feel it in every cell. Keep this vision clearly in your mind as we meditate, keeping all of your thoughts positive. It's very important to keep with this vision, to keep with this positivity. And I want you to hold your fulgurite in your hand. Once again, we're going to activate it by rolling it between our palms, just gazing down into its entry point here. Just reconnecting with it, saying, hello, old friend. We're here again. We begin. And just be aware of the power that it holds in it and how respectful we are of this power. We are, as it starts to vibrate in your hand, as you hold it in your left hand and you feel those vibrations move down your palm chakras into your hand and into your body. So I want you to feel waves of gratitude for what you are about to receive. If you want, speak out loud to the universe and thank the universe, making a statement about what it is you're asking for, what it is that you would like. And this feeling of gratitude lights up your heart, it lights up your energy body, your chakras, your aura. It's so beautiful and visceral that you can feel it. As you place the fulgurite to your heart, allow its spiraling currents to enter into your heart through the tube as you face it towards your heart chakra, merging in with your heart's threefold flame, the blue, magenta, and gold flames in your heart, as it amplifies and surges through all of your heart's chambers, the deepest chambers of your heart where your divine spark is. Here the manifesting takes place, always in the heart. So we hold that vision true, pure, through all parts of you, especially in your heart, as this energetic power flows through your body, and you can feel it as it centers fully in your heart and your higher heart chakra. As we hold this warm glow in our hearts as a seed of light that begins to grow and bloom, we then take this seed of light, this vision, we take it up into our breath, and where we place our fulgurite to our lips and we blow this vision, this seed of light, out to the universe. As you exhale your intent through this tube, imagine it takes form, the form of a lightning bolt, following its luminous glow as it streaks through the universe, connecting with the source of all that is. Follow the stream of light as it moves up through the skies to connect in with the golden unity grids above the earth, above the planet, merges with them all. Knowing that this manifestation, this desire, is already being worked on. It's connected with the unity of all, connected with the grids, connected with source. The universe has it from your heart. It's listening. And so we thank all of the air cells for supporting us in carrying this manifestation up to the heavens, supporting us in our prayers and intentions. And we thank Mother Earth. And you might want to just touch the ground now with two hands, just touch. We thank Mother Earth. We thank the minerals and the shamanic energies of fulgurite, all our guardians, our ancestors, for being in the space and holding light with us. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And so it is, so it is, so it is. And we take a deep breath together. Oof. You did a great job. That was really good, really good. I just could imagine you gathering all together in a line and just sending up all these cosmic rays of light out to the universe. And it was really beautiful because it all merged to form a rainbow that just arced up. It was so stunning, it's so beautiful. And I really just encourage you to keep manifesting with fulgurite in this way. This meditation, it's in the PDF, so I wrote it out for you as well, so you can continue to do that. I keep seeing, I keep seeing chats pop up. I must say, I get emotional when I connect to my heart in this way and when I'm in my heart. And it's when I feel that current of divine love just surge through me, it brings me to tears. And I've had so many people say to me like that they've just been crying so much on this course. And for me, that's just the most wonderful thing. It's wonderful because you're connecting with your heart in such a really pure way. So that's wonderful, and stick with that. You know, that this is where we work from and we operate from. So that's all great. Tears are good. I'm just so happy. That's why I'm crying. Oh, it's funny because whenever I do workshops with the crystals, and I always do rose quartz, and I'm like, this is a self-love workshop, and I'm like, because I need it. I'm doing it because in effect I think I need it too. But anyway, so thank you so much for doing that meditation with me. Now we're gonna talk about something very different now, actually, and we're just gonna actually just take a few minutes just to gather our thoughts, because I brought you out of that quite fast. So just take a deep breath. And on your breath out, you might want to just have a big sigh and just let the culmination of like the weeks of life, whatever is going on in the world at the moment that has just built up and built up, just let it go and have a bit of a shake. And it always feels good. So have a bit of a shake, get up, maybe have a bit of a dance. I'm pretty sure on one of our first week's meetings, I could see everyone at the top and I saw someone dancing, which was amazing. So have a dance, have a shake, lengthen your spine, have a stretch. Because we're shaking up with electric energy through the body, we're clearing fast. So you need to almost like bring movement into the limbs to help move and push. And I always do this, like, maybe this is a bad example, but I'm going to give it anyway. So when my husband's in a bit of a mood and he projects this moody energy, I'm just like, have it back. I don't want it. I'm not accepting it. And I literally physically push it away. I'm like, no. So that's kind of what I want you to do now. I just want you to push anything that doesn't belong, that's just been shaken up, push it out of your space and just go, no, I'm not having that. No, I don't accept it. So just maybe do that. So we're gonna switch things up, and I'm going to talk about something that I was unsure whether to talk about for quite a while, but it's important, so I'm going to. Now I want to talk about energetic protection, and just talk you through. I mean, this in itself could be a course of God knows how many weeks, because there's so much to cover. But I want to cover three things that have really, really helped me on this journey. They're kind of almost like advanced protection techniques, visualizations, that I think, you know, because I can't avoid it, because I think it would be remiss if I didn't mention energy protection, purely for the fact that we are shaking up so much and we're moving so much, we're clearing, we're activating. That what that's going to do is it's pushing you. But some people might experience in some of the journeys past life visions and not understand that that's what it actually was, or they might encounter fear, like they find resistance to doing one of the journeys or a part of it, like they feel something encroaching on this, whatever it is. And I feel it's important to just mention about protection, because we have to be aware. I was like thinking before, how do I explain this? Because there's so much to explain, and where do we even start? And my guides were like, well, it's kind of like you wouldn't go out into the world naked. Like you'd wear clothes and protect yourself. Like I was like, that's the most bizarre, you know, example, but fine, I'll go with that. It's like you build up, you put layers of clothes on, and they're like, this is what you're going to teach them with protection, is to layer up on protection, and the most efficient ways. So I'm going to call up in your takeaways this week, you're going to have two things, and I want to share them with you now so you know what you're looking at. So the first thing was that when we talk about protection, the one thing that's really been just the most incredible thing to do to help me with protection and to help discernment is this decree, and it was given to me. Now I've put these on the course, and they're for you to speak out loud. The power of spoken word is really, well, it's really powerful. It rallies energies into just be there for you. It's a command almost, and you need that. We ask our guides to be with us, but sometimes you really need, if there's those moments, you need to command them with will, you know, and real, like, I need you, come now, please. But in a nice way. So this is something that came through, and it's something if I ever feel that I've got an energy encroaching on my space, and I for whatever reason I switch to fear, I say this out loud 9 times, or I keep repeating it over and over again until I feel secure in myself. Now, feel free to do this. I give it to people as much as I can because I think it's really powerful. It's really important to say that when you're saying it, the more you say it, the more power it gathers. Now, when you're saying it, I want you to work with the violet flame. So I want you to imagine the violet flame descending from the heavens through your higher chakras, ascending from the earth, the core of the earth, into your body and meeting in your heart, and just this violet flame building and building and building and amplifying and burning up through your body. Then you take it out through the layers. So in the Saint Germain journey, I'm going to take this off now so I can talk to you. In the Saint Germain journey, when we went to the Cave of Symbols, you've got a diagram of all the layers of your aura. So take this violet flame out one by one through each layer, flashing it through, so you know you're going through all your body, and keep that visual in your mind of this flame growing as you're saying this decree out loud. This, if you ever get a moment of fear, please say this and be with this, and be with the words and the intention of it. You have to mean it, and I know you will when you say it. But it's been life-changing for me, because I even get moments all the time where I doubt myself or whatever it is. But so that's that I really wanted to share with you. I think it's really important. The other thing was obviously crystals. We're here on a crystal talk course. Let's talk about crystals. In all your 7 crystals, I believe all of them can protect you if you ask them to protect you. They will. But there is one. I'm going to pop him up through the screen. There you go. I was going to try and float him up slowly. Lava stone. He's the one that is a really strong protector out of all of our 7, because what he will do is, the visual is that if you hold him or just have him in your vicinity, in your bag or whatever, he projects a ring of fire around you, which fire burns up negativity and transmutes, so it's gonna hold you in the flames, which is really potent. So he's a really good. Also stromatolite, very protective. I mean, stromatolite, we haven't worked with it just yet. I think that's next week. But it's made from ancient organisms, like the first things on this earth. They've been around a long time. They know how to look after themselves. So it's like that energy that they protect around you to surround you, to protect you. So you have all the crystals, and there are many protective crystals on the market. Shungite is one of my favorites, and also obsidian. Although I would say obsidian's so powerful. It basically is a gateway crystal for me as well, so it lets in. So as much as it protects you, it brings your shadows through forward like instantly. So it's kind of one of those ones, and it opens up spirit realm. So it's kind of one of those ones where love obsidian, very much respect obsidian. So if you work with it and you love it, great. So there's the crystals that protect you, to always have with you, and to build up, not just bringing the crystals into your presence, but building up a visualization with them, to go with them. So with this would be the fire around you. Whenever I use shungite, I see a black shield just come up around me. So there are various crystals. Obviously, the more grounded you are, the better for you. So always stop and ground and do your decree. And then before you do any work, before you do any spiritual work or any meditations, the first thing I gave you was the tube of light. Go straight to source. First and foremost, you connect in with your high self, your I am presence and source. That is aligning you with your heart and your highest good. And when you're in your heart, you really have nothing to worry about. Yes, we can be distracted and called into fear in a moment, but you bring yourself back to your heart. I have worked with lots of misqualified energies, a lot of, not worked with them, but observed how they flow, how they work. They can only come into your body and your space if you leave a hook open. They can't, your body is your body. So there's always a way in. So it's all about strengthening our chakras, scanning our energy body all the time. I mean, going back to the Saint Germain Cave of Symbols week that we did in week 2. Now that was really, really crucial for a lot of things. One, it got you into the practice of scanning your aura through every level. I need you to keep doing that. I need you to go inside each chakra center. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Is there any emotion in here that's not mine? Is there anything attached to me? Is there any weak areas? As you're scanning your body down the back, you might feel like denser areas or areas you need to clear. you really need to get into the practice of this. It's all building up your levels. And do you know what? I wish I had someone who told me all this stuff when I started, because I had a really hard time. I had such a hard time. I didn't know. I awakened very fast, and I had energies that came to me, because as you're expanding, your light is growing, your aura is growing, you attract more to you. Now, I don't say this to you so you fear anything. There is nothing to fear. If anything attaches to you, you can get rid of it. It's not a problem. You have that within you. It's just, we always question ourselves and don't trust ourselves or don't believe in ourselves enough. But it's just good to be aware. Awareness is key, that there are energies out there that are more manipulating. Now, I've cleared a lot from people in the past, including ritualistic dark magic and spells and all sorts of, you take it up a notch to like etheric implants and cages and devices and all of that. And it's so interesting, because the moment I've done that clearing with someone, the moment I've looked into the eyes of whatever it is that's attached to them, the moment it starts to shrink, and it's like you acknowledge it, and that's a big part of it. Just saying, I see you. I'm holding my ground. I'm not accepting what is going on, but I see you and I can see what you're doing, and it's not for me. So it's instilling strong boundaries. And then it's listening, which is interesting, and that might scare some people, because a lot of the time you find that these things, these entities or whatever, it's a fragment of a fear that you've got, that you don't want to look at. But when you start talking to it, you're like, I can see this for what it really is. And then you kind of have a conversation and engage with it and let it go. And yes, it takes a lot of practice to get to that point, to feel strong enough to do that. And sometimes, it's okay, it's not for everyone, and you call in someone to help you, and that's absolutely fine. But I just wanted you to know that a lot of these things that we're scared of. Another thing I've experienced is people's words we know words are very powerful. And if someone tells you that you've got something negative with you, I mean, for me, that's the worst thing that someone can say to you, because it's them projecting something at you. But also then what's interesting is the story I'm going to tell you. And it might resonate. I believe I'm saying it for a reason. For a long time, I really didn't trust my gifts. There was a lot of build up through past lives of me being told that I'm not worthy enough, that I've been persecuted for the gifts I've had, especially clairvoyance. I'm very clairvoyant. So that is part of me that's been shutting down with my third eye. But then I had someone tell me that I was bad and first of all, who has the right to tell anyone that? Like, really, I couldn't understand it. And, it's a very interesting lesson to me, because I had to stand out of judgment instantly. I couldn't judge that person, because I had to try and hold them in love and compassion and forgiveness, because I cannot see what they're going through. They might be going through something and projecting on me, and I don't know about that. So anyway, but that really damaged me. That person telling me that I had someone working through me or something, it was something like that. It wasn't that exactly, but, and it sat with me. And I sat with this, and this was many years ago, but I sat with it, and I had my initiations and my lessons with spirit, and I was like, why did this happen? And Saint Germain came to me and he said, because what you need to identify is the seeds of distrust in yourself that you put there. They're not from someone. That person might have told you that, but you're the one who took it into your body and kept it there as this seed of distrust. That's all he kept saying. And you need to take those out. And so that was a few years ago. That was my mission, to take all of these, like, where I didn't trust myself. Why don't I trust myself? Where do I hold it? Taking it out, really going deep into that. So that kind of works alongside this whole conversation of protection. It's how much power you give these things, just to know that you're divine and you are pure, and really there's no good or bad, that you're just this beautiful expression of light, that soon those things, like I said, when you acknowledge it, they start to shrink and fade away, and they start to leave, because they just want acknowledgement a lot of the time and to be witnessed. So anyway, that's something I want to mention to you. And now the way I deal with going about my day and doing this work is I build up my layers of protection. So yes, have the crystals, I do my decree 9 times out loud when I feel. I don't do it every day, I probably should, but when I have those moments, I'll know when to do it, I'll do it. And then I will call in layers of protection. Now listen, you will all have your own ways of doing this. And what I'm suggesting, take what feels right for you. Always do that with any work and with anyone's words, but also build bits into your practice. So for example, my first layer of protection is I call the masters in. For me, I've got really close to, and I didn't want to, and I've been fighting it for so long, but Master Jesus, Jesus Christ, JC as my friend calls him, I call him in because for me, his energy is love. And when I get close to him now, when I do meditations and he's one of my guides, I just like, I told you about how I just cry. Like I just cry when I see him. Like I'm just like, oh my God, this guy is pure love. And that's the vibration I want amplified around me that I wish to work with. So I call him in and I say, you know, Master Jesus in front of me, Master Jesus behind me, Master Jesus to my left, Master Jesus to my right, Master Jesus above me, Master Jesus below me. So basically I'm positioning his energy all around me to protect me from all angles, and it kind of becomes this beautiful golden sphere. Then I call in any of the guides I feel, any archangels. A lot of the time the goddess come in, so Mother Mary comes in a lot for me, Lady Nada, Saint Germain, and they position themselves around me again, one in front, one to the left, one to the right, one behind. So that's the second layer. The third layer, which I love, is so empowering, is Archangel Michael's sword. So he's on the wall up here, actually, Archangel Michael with his blue, some people call it a blue kyanite flaming sword, but I just see it as this pure golden sword that's just blazing. It's like fire. And I must call it to me like I'm holding it. I see myself holding this sword and I literally swipe it around the whole of myself to cut anything away. And then I just plant it in front of me in the ground. And literally I see these ripples go out through the earth, like shaking the ground up, pushing any distractions, any distortions out and away from me. And it goes so vast and so far and wide. Then I call in the dragons. So I call in the elemental energies. For me, dragons are raw, pure forms of elemental energy. So they hold earth, fire, we know them all, wind and air and water. They can't carry all four elements. They kind of, the most is up to 3. Most normally it's like a double pairing, like you'll have an earth and air or whatever it is. But, excuse me. I'll call in the fire dragons for me. So I'll call in the fire dragons to position themselves, again, always positioning around. I call one to the left, one to the right, and then I call earth dragons in front and behind to just shake up the field for me and to walk with me. And I kind of ask them all to walk with me wherever I go, and then I seal us up in a bubble of light. So that's kind of my layers of protection, and you can call more in. I mean, people have lots of varied assortment of ways, but what I'd say is keep layering and layering and layering. And then you'll feel strong. So that's, I just wanted to, that was one of the most important thing. Okay, so the one thing I do, which has changed things for me is, so basically, I had this moment in Miami recently, or say that it's probably about 2 years ago now, and I was hosting an event there, and then on the evening there was this DJ, Transcendental Music, and he was this very much of the scene, very hipster DJ that travels around sacred sites and plays this music. Now I went to this event and it unfolded in quite a shocking way. I watched him play and then he started to tone tribal music, like chants, and something just didn't feel right instantly. And I kind of told my friend, I was like, we have to leave, because as his music started, this big vortex opened on the floor and I could see this black spinning pit of swirling energy, and it made me feel sick. So I was like, we need to get away. So we kind of sat on the outside where I could just watch it unfold. Didn't quite understand what I was watching. So very quickly he started talking about tantric sex. He was like, who likes tantric sex? And everyone was kind of like they weren't there, like they were swaying to this music and they weren't in their bodies. And this energy, when he mentioned that, and they were like, yeah, I could see their energy fields open, especially from like the base of their spine, which is where the sexual energy, like the life force energy, is stored. These beings started kind of like looping up and moving through people and siphoning off their life force energy. And I was kind of just in absolute shock at what I was watching, and I couldn't understand why I was watching this. And it scared me a little bit. I've got to be honest with you. It was like, you know, you don't want to know that these things actually happen, but they do. And I sat there holding light. That's all I could do, was just hold this whole scene of this thing that was unfolding in this light. And Master Jesus, this is one of the first times he appeared to me actually, sat by me, and I was like, why am I seeing this? And he said that he explained to me that it was really simply put, and he said it was part of an initiation I was going through to understand how those energies move, so I can be aware. Awareness, again, key. And he said that you've got to understand that when, as your light opens in a certain way, like you see more of the darkness, and you have to, you need to understand how the darkness moves, because it is around, and just to acknowledge it. And he was like, it's not for you to fear, it's for you to acknowledge. And I was like, okay. So that was kind of my initiation into understanding all of this. And then after that happened, I had loads of people come to me, clients, wanting to remove like hexes and all this really dark stuff. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like I've seen and I understand a bit. So now they're all coming to me to have it removed. Okay, fine. So that was interesting in itself. That was a big learning point for me. And then one night, I was still had all these seeds of distrust that I told you about. Even still years on, I was still like doubting myself, and still going through the process of taking them out. And I was one night I was lying there, my son was in my bed, and I saw this being come in, not in, you know, my third eye, and he was siphoning off energy from my son. What was interesting was there was some kind of stream that was connecting through my son to me and out. The moment I saw that, I went, not mental, not crazy, but I was like angry warrior woman, like no one touches my son. And it was that moment something clicked, and this white fire came from my heart, from every atom, every cell, literally emblazoned me like I was the white flame. And it pushed out such a force through the room that whatever being was there trying to tamper with me and my son, literally it was poof, gone, like, and never to return again. And it was that moment that I was told that that's the strongest thing that you can use for protecting yourself, your space, was tuning into your white fire call. Now I'm gonna have to take a drink. I'm sorry, I'm something's clearing from my throat a little bit as we're talking. So what is the white fire core? First and foremost, the white fire core is the center of the I am presence. So of the I am presence. So like it's the center of God, the core, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to mess it up because it's so important. It's the core being from the highest planes of consciousness to each atom, as well as the rays of God's individuality, so the color rays we work with. It's the center of life, basically. It's in your nucleus, it's part of every cell, every atom, it's in your heart, it's at the heart of every flame, every ray. It's the focus of spirit becoming matter and matter becoming spirit. It's intense. And I think, I don't know, did I put a handout on this? No, I didn't, I just did decree. But what I'm trying to say is, if you ever feel a moment where you're like something, you feel you need to call on it. Or for me, for example, what twigged was when someone I love was getting tampered with. I was like, no. And it's channeling that warrior part of you. And that's not like this angry rage part, just this like this warrior that wants to just embody, like just create boundaries and just won't take any shit. Like, you know, so strong. It shakes up the field around you massively, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to just be inside your heart, be in your threefold flame, which I mention a lot, which when you visualize it is magenta, gold and blue. It's three colors that swirl together in the center of your heart. It's as I mentioned, the gold is the wisdom of God, the pink magenta is the love of God, and the blue is the will, the power of God. And it flames around in your heart, and you're going to stand in that flame. And in the base of that flame is this white fire core. But it's not just in your heart, it's on every cell and every atom, inside every cell, every atom, burning bright. It's the core of you. And you just want to tune into that and like expand it out of your body, exactly like I did. Push it into your space and just say, no, this is it. And I tell you what, it's so incredibly powerful, and it will do the job. And nothing like that will come close to you again, because it will know that you are not messing. So someone's asked me to repeat the colors of the flame. So this is a teaching. It's not mine. This is from a lady called Elizabeth Clare Prophet. She was a messenger in the 80s of the Keepers of the Flame. A lot of what she said was it's so relevant even now. Her books are incredible. And she teaches about the threefold flame. And the reason I've seen it inside myself, it's a teaching that I really resonate with. That's why I mention it. So it's gold for the wisdom of God, pink, which is like a pinky magenta, like a really bright pink, which is the love, and like a royal blue, like this Archangel Michael blue, which is the power, like the will, and it's this flame that spirals around. So whenever you want to be in your heart, and actually the first heart meditation I did with the audio was like to be in the flames of your heart, stand in this flame. You're welcome, Karen. Just stand in the flame and be there. That's all I ask you to do. That's the fastest way to be in your heart, to tune into that flame. So yes, white fire core, please everyone use it going forward. It's the one thing that now what's really interesting is, before we move on to the last journey, I have to tell you this. When I sat with my initiations with it sounds really bizarre when I say it, I know, because like I have been brought up with such an aversity to the church. I was brought up Catholic and didn't agree with a lot of what was said, and now I don't really have a religion. But the fact that Jesus has come to as my guide is very ironic to me, but very beautiful, and I'm very thankful. But I've been going through initiations with him on the resurrection flame and the different rites of the flames and the keepers of the flames. So this is where a lot of my teaching is passed on from him. He said to me that anything can masquerade as an ascended master, a spirit, an angel. But the one thing that can't be distorted, or like holograms can't appear of it, is the flames and the rays. And that's why I really teach when you work with crystals. So for example, when you work with amethyst, to work with the violet light of amethyst through you, to add that color ray through you, because the rays are the purest emanations of the Godhead. They cannot be faked, they cannot be distorted, nothing bad can be added to them. So, or impressed on them, like distorted. So he said to me that anything can be, I suppose he said that anyone can masquerade as an ascended master and try and get into your energy field and distract you. The only things that cannot be is the rays and the flames. And he said that when you have a moment that you feel you doubt yourself at whatever spirit or whatever, if you're talking to an energy, you're like, oh, is this of the light? Because let me tell you, a lot of people say that when you speak to an energy or you speak to a new spirit that's trying to communicate through a new angel, if you say to them, are you of the light 3 times, that they'll disappear. Well, let me tell you, it didn't work. It's not strong enough. It's not strong enough. There's clever energies out there that can manipulate. So he said to me, and I say he is JC, that if you stand in the flame of truth, which is a blue flame. Now, let me tell you, before I continue to say this story, if you want to learn anything about the rays and the flames, please read Elizabeth Clare Prophet, she's called, any of her books. A dear friend of mine, Luciana, contacted me, found me years ago on Instagram, and she said to me, I really resonate what you're saying. It's the teachings of the Keepers of the Flame by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. And I was like, who's that? Like, I studied under her, and then that was part of our, and then she's brought that beautiful world to me. So all of her books, incredible, like way ahead of her time, beautiful woman. So anything about the rays and the flames, please read her books. So going back to that, the flame of truth is blue, and actually it kind of looks a bit like this blue here. And he said, if you stand, as I say to you, you can stand in your heart's flame, see this flame like swirling around you. If you stand in the flame of truth, which is, see yourself standing in this blue flame and it's swirling around you, and call Master Jesus there, and whoever else your guides are, and communicate with that being while you're standing in the flame of truth. It can't, if it's not off the light, it can't get to you, because it's almost like this flame of truth. It will see through it. There'll be a certain level of discernment. So that's another one to use. So I just wanted to share these with you, because I think that it's so important as you're opening up And I stress, you know, please don't be scared of anything. Like, I'm not saying that you'll have to use any of this, but it's always good to have in your back pocket and also to pass on to other people. So that's that. And you know, I'm really happy that I shared that, because I wasn't sure, but I think it's very important to be vigilant of energies and just be aware of your space, scan your energy body all the time. You know, it's all you can do. And the more you scan it and get used to going into each chakra center, the more you get to know how it feels. So when you do go in there at some point and you feel something's quite off, maybe something's at the back, there's some density at the back, or there's a hook that you see, or a pin or a cord, you can identify it fast because you've been doing that and you've been building up that practice. And you all have your own ways of sensing energy. So you'll have your own way of like feeling what feels right and what doesn't feel right to you. So, okay, let's move on. I'm so excited about this journey. It's 9:20, so I have overrun again. I'm sorry. If you can bear with me, this journey is about 25 minutes. It's really worth it. It's a download of the crystal ray, and Seraphis Bey is coming in to give you something on this. And I want to show you Seraphis Bey, who is an ascended master. So I'll tell you a bit about who he is. And many of you might already know him. Amazing, amazing ascended master. From Atlantis. He was the high priest of the Ascension Temple. So here he is, amazing, amazing being. He is the Chohan, so he is the keeper of the fourth ray of purity, the white ray. He is aligned with the crystal diamond and also pearl. And I love the pearl because the diamond is about pure clarity and focus, and the pearl is about the mother and nurturing. So he has this kind of link to the feminine ray, I feel. He is keeper of the ascension flame, which is a white flame. Really links to what I was just talking about your white fire core. Slightly different, but the same kind of energetics in that it's white and it's very pure. And the flame is carried at the base of your spine. It's like a mother flame, a white flame that's in the base of your spine where your Kundalini kind of rises there. And he's kind of the master of that Ascension Temple. And let's click you back up. So you've seen into his eyes. He's a very beautiful, pure being. After Atlantis and holding the flame, he took the flame to Egypt, and he created his etheric retreat above the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is Pyramid of Giza, which is where the focus of the ascension flame is, this white fire, where souls go to learn and go through their initiations and teachings of the ascension flame and how to ascend the body, which is a lot of kind of what we're working through lives, to ascend to a higher vibration, to gain enlightenment. So what's really lovely about him, and he's coming in already in last week, and I'll tell you for why, his energy. So his energy is very green. Interestingly enough, even though he kind of is the white ray of purity, he does have this element of green being around him a lot of the time when he visits. And now what's great about him, he brings forward the energy of new ways of thinking. So he helps you expand your mental field and connect with the divine mind. He's also bringing through, along that line, he's bringing through, helping those light workers who are bringing through new modalities of healing, light language and activations and things like that, angelic tongue that come through that can layer up on energetic healing practice. He really works with sound waves and color. Color is his thing as well. So like bringing these things for the new age, the new earth. So he was also, which is really interesting, he was Akhenaten. He was the pharaoh in Egypt that was focusing on helping the White Brotherhood, so the other ascended masters, kind of gather their focus. But also Akhenaten, as we mentioned in the last session, he was the first pharaoh who brought it in worshipping one god, the sun. So that was pivotal. And we mention this because a lot of the information that's coming through me for Atlantis is from the outer Ra. Ra, the sun god, the priestess of Ra went with Seraphis Bey to Egypt to focalize their teachings underneath all of the pyramids there, and in fact build a lot of the pyramids. So there's that beautiful beautiful link. So he's coming in with a journey today, which is great. One thing I want to do before this journey is that I'm always given very specific instructions. And of course I always follow them. But one of them is orbs. So I had this thing move me a few weeks ago. I went to Japan a few years ago, my spirit home. The energy of nature there is like nothing else I've felt. And I got told or asked to look back through my photos. I haven't looked at them for years. tell you what, it's funny because I have this thing with orbs, I've always wanted to see them, but like proper orbs, not like, you know, when you take a photo of the sun and it flares and you see those halos of rainbow. That's not necessarily a spirit orb. An orb is where like an archangel energy is impressed, is held, or a master's energy, and a lot of the time they merge. So you can access through the orb as a portal. And it's said that you can only really see orbs in photographs when you're not see them, but kind of they materialize when you're of a fifth dimensional frequency, when you're working through your heart. So there I was for years going, I really want to see an orb. I'll be taking a photo, go, please show yourself. And there'd be no orbs. So a few weeks, 2 weeks ago, I looked through my photos. I could not believe the amount of orbs, and they blew me away, like so obvious. And it wasn't from the sun, there was just so many of them. And what's interesting is my son had taken all the photos. So my son was 4 at the time, and he had my big camera, and he was in the pushchair, and he was just snapping. And I looked through all his photos, and he captured ones of me with huge, and there was no sun, it was raining, and there was huge yellow orbs of Archangel Jophiel's energy, who's the energy, the archangel of beauty and creation and joy. So she's her energy, and also Kuthumi, Master Kuthumi's energy is yellow, and he's a world teacher, and he works with JC. And so there are all these energies in this photo, and I couldn't believe it. And there's one I've been told to show you. Now I'm going to get it on the screen now. Now, the reason I'm showing you is because I want you to take your energy through this. So this was one that was taken at the temple. Now let me zoom out and see if I can. So you can see the photo here. There's no sunlight. It was a really grey day. It had been raining at one point. It wasn't at that moment, but you can see the two. So you've got the one I'm interested in to work with today is this big yellow one. It's 2 layers. So on the outside you have Archangel Jophiel's energy here. Like I said, the energy of the archangel of the yellow ray, creativity, clarity, wisdom. Then inside you have this green, which is Seraphis Bey. And then it goes into Master Kuthumi's energy, which is also yellow. Kuthumi is the gatekeeper of ancient occult mysteries. And he's also a co-protector of the Grail lineage, and the Grail kind of, it's a Grail protector basically of that line. And then below it you can see another orb, very faint, violet with the rose around it. Now it's the yellow orb I want you to look at, and there's a reason why that in the journey we're going to be stepping into this orb, because orbs are portals and pathways, and they hold ascended masters energy. Now they are expansive things. If you can go out and take photos and ask, be in your heart and ask for orbs to appear, I'm sure they will for you. They didn't for me, this was years ago, and things change, don't they? But try it and you'll see orbs in your picture, all different colours. For me, all the orbs that Arlo took around me and in nature were yellow and green, and also white unicorn energy we had a lot of. So it was just really incredible. And they said there's a reason you've seen these. It's because this is for this moment. This is a portal to go to sit with the Ascended Masters. So there you go. That being said, let's get ready. So you're just going to gaze at this orb for me a few moments, which I'm sure you have. And what you can do now is you can lie down. This is like a 20-minute activation with a lot of light language and guidance. And so it's probably best to lie down. Now you've seen this orb, it's kind of held in your field and in your inner sight, in your third eye. So let's begin, lovely friends. Let's do this. So this was given to me. This is a journey to the Ascension Temple with Seraphis Bey. So as you're lying back and you're breathing, if you want to bring crystals around you, you can. But whatever, if it's fulgurite on your heart, would be a wonderful place for it. A golden Libyan tektite would be an excellent crystal for this meditation. At your feet, to bring up that illuminated yellow ray through into your body. So just take a few moments to get ready. I feel so full of love right now, and I'm so happy. I'm so full of joy, and I hope this is communicating through to you. Dear friends, so we're going to start to breathe. Breathing deeply through the nose, opening the hearts, open chakras, open heart, open mind as you breathe in. connecting with the crystals on your body, allowing their flows of energy into your body. You might feel them sink into your body, into your heart, into your feet, allowing that energy to go wherever is needed. So I want you to just bring back that orb into your awareness now as your eyes are closed. Call it back into your third eye as you find it expanding in front of you, expanding around you to hold you in this bubble of light. We know in many ways that we've connected with our higher self, our I am presence and source through this tube of light. It's instantaneous now for you. You're safe, held, loved and protected as you allow this beautiful yellow ray to envelope you, this orb to totally surround you. And fill your space with the energies of the masters of the rays of illumination, the yellow ray, wisdom and ascension as they come forward to greet you. The orb begins to merge around you and through you, opening your cellular structures of light, many structures and pathways that have laid dormant within you for many years. As it passes through you and merges with you, you find yourself inside its loving yellow glow. As it permeates through every cell and every part of you, we feel the Archangel Jophiel's energy ascend and descend in spirals through you, holding your heart. We acknowledge Master Katumi, the world teacher and ascended master and gatekeeper of the ancient occult mysteries and the Grail lineage. We welcome his energy, his love and his light. Finally, we welcome Seraphis Bey as you bring your mind back to that photograph of him, his beautiful piercing eyes, as he smiles at you, this pure white radiance, so special. The Archangel Jophiel begins to flow light into your heart, yellow beams of light from her heart into yours, activating the keys of divine wisdom and joy to vibrate through each cell, each atom, each proton and neutron, vibrating in joy as each wakes the other up. Receiving joy and love and wisdom into every cell as it vibrates faster, receiving glowing light. Next, we call in and accept and welcome the green ray of healing. We welcome in Seraphis Bey, the high priest of the Temple of Ascension in Atlantis, merging in his green energies and his pure white energies within this ascension orb, breathing in that green energy of the orb into all parts of your being, breathing it in through every layer, every cell, every organ, every chakra, receiving expanding green light. We welcome in the flow into our heart, from his heart, as it vibrates through every cell and atom and expands through our body, continuing to intensify. We download and activate all wisdom available to us that we have collected and stored since Atlantis, since Lemuria and ancient Egypt. We ask the masters to intensify the rays in and through our hearts to assist our awakening at a deeper level. No quangandu at anta antuain Seraphis Bey invites you to experience the energies of the Great Ascension Temple in Luxor, above the Great Pyramid. The orb you're in becomes a golden yellow bridge to this Ascension Temple. As you move through it, each step illuminates, leading you to where the Brotherhood of the Golden Robe congregate, the Ascended Masters and Angels of Atlantis. Upon entry to the white crystal pyramid, this beautiful Ascension Temple, you breathe a big sigh in. You breathe and let out a big sigh. It's like coming home to this beautiful illuminated white temple that holds the keys of the Ascension Flame. Seraphis Bey invites you inside to the main chamber, where the walls reach up to the sky. It's so vast and so tall, but so intimate. The walls are white crystal, a crystal that's not on Earth at this time anymore, not on our plane. It vibrates and sings. And you receive these tones and these sounds into your body as they speed each cell up, help you acclimatize to the vibrations of this place, the pure vibrations. In the center of this chamber is a simple altar with a white fire, the Ascension Flame. This Ascension Flame is held within you already at the base of your spine, wishing to gain momentum to spiral up your spine and reach your heart. This is the mother's energy in the base of your spine. I want you to tune into that energy now, that white fire, that Ascension Flame at the base of your spine. You feel the reverence and the sacredness of this chamber as many gather around you to hold the light, to hold you in light, to hold you in light. No matter where you are on this journey, you are held and loved for all you bring through for this planet. We know that it's been hard for you. We know that you've been pushed at times to your limits. But please know that you're here to help this planet ascend. And that all the pain that you hold that we feel too, and we wish to assist you in neutralizing and releasing any pain that's ready to release at this moment, any emotions that are ready to be free of your system, that you're ready to let go of. The masters, your guides that instruct you, ask you to step forward as they surround you and begin to greet you. You see their coloured rays light up around you as they identify themselves. These are the masters that teach you in many other lives in etheric temples while you sleep. They're the masters of the rays that you've been learning about. So be aware who steps forward for you, who shows themselves. They acknowledge you in your path, your journey and your struggles as you surrender to them. You look at them through their eyes, receiving all this love that surrounds you, receiving all of this love. And you fall into their arms as you receive the magnitude of love that they hold for you. You're so fully seen. In this moment, in this space, you're totally seen, fully and completely, as you're stripped back to your divine spark, your essence, your colours, your flame. Take a moment to breathe in on that, to receiving all of this love from the masters around you. We ask the Divine Director and all celestial councils and guardians of light to witness this opening of wisdom at the base of your spine, this light seed atom of the mother as it begins to bloom and unfold. So committed in the pathway of light to bring the wisdom of the Divine Mother back to the hearts of all men and women. I purify my body through the light of the Ascension Flame and the crystal ray. Above your head, the crystal ray pours down from the I Am Presence into the apex point at the top of this chamber as it beams down on you, filling your stellar gateway with illuminated light, filling your soul star chakra and expanding your soul star chakra, building bridges of rainbow light up through the heavens, connecting you to your soul's home, planets of origin. Intiando asore mana ma waria na tai ai shin tan tai he no so rai so al na iti na ta tai to an twai shin ya tai. We focus on your soul star chakra as it opens up and fills with crystalline light. Sore no yo so al na ya la aro ya no ai ya lo a no to atwai you na ata aro ya ta antaro ya na tai. Focalizing the crystal ray in your soul star as it begins to light up and spin around, light codes activating from stellar origins. Downloading and activating new light frequencies. Soina la roia la ianai roia noi nikia moi roenai toi suishonai. We download and integrate as your angelic guides move forwards to you, integrating the flow through your highest chakras, navigating it down into your crown to accommodate expansion. So your system and your light body do not get overwhelmed, do not get overwhelmed, do not get overwhelmed. So you only accept the frequencies of light that you're able to hold at this time. We download and integrate the right speed for us, connecting in, calling in your higher self to assist. All attunements and downloads. The crystal ray is a potent ray of power. We only accept at this time what we can balance through our heart's flames, trusting that your light body and your higher self allows the right amount to infuse you with light. The light intensifies to the exact amount that you can receive for your highest good. We welcome the angels of purity to sweep through the lower densities that may have arisen from your body as it becomes more of a crystalline vessel of light. Soronaro hatandiaro ya tanda akiano to orian maruya toi surihini tatai tatai. Seraphis Bay invites you to step into the ascension flame as they hold your hands and guide you into the flame. This white flame, as you stand into it, you let it envelope your whole. May you receive the light of the ascension flame through each cell, each layer, every atom of you to your white fire call as it emerges through you. We let the flame rise through us, through our spine, up through our chakras, out through our crown. As we bring focus now to the base of your spine where the white light of the mother is unfolding. we begin to create a conscious pathway for the essence of the Divine Mother to travel up your spine and to your heart. With your breath now, I ask that you breathe in, magnetizing and calling up the energy of the Mother, this white flame, up through your spine. This is done slowly, with caution. We welcome, we accept, we nurture that light up through the spine slowly, knowing that it will not fully reach the crown, but knowing that it's on its journey up. We call it up through your spine so that eventually, when the time is right for you, that it can meet the light of the Father that descends out of the I Am presence from above. The masters are intensifying the white light of the sacred fire of creation in your heart now. As you breathe into your heart to help manifest and create all that you wish for. We connect in now with that manifestation vision that you wish to achieve for yourself, calling it into presence again through the white fire core of all, every cell, every part of you. Serapis Bey steps forward, surrounded in pure white light. He has a gift for you, this beautiful ascended master who knows you. He knows you well. He recognizes that light in you. He holds out his left hand, and in his hand is a diamond star that he wishes to place in your third eye. May it radiate clarity, purity, and truth to assist your inner vision. So you let this diamond sink in through all layers of your light body into your third eye. As it starts to spin and reflect a diamond ray through your third eye, gaining momentum and spinning faster and faster as this diamond ray moves through and clears through all blockages in your third eye. Any fear blockages we call into awareness now, ready to release any fear that is ready to be let go of. Next, he offers you another gift. And this gift is your experience with him. So you receive this gift from him, whatever it is he wishes to give you. You may get a sense of why it's needed. Or you could take this moment to communicate with him and ask him, what does this mean for you and to your path? Whatever he gives to you, whether it's an object, a colour, a crystal, you just receive it with so much light and so much love and appreciation. And you give yourself this moment now in this space with all your guides surrounding you to receive any messages that they wish to give you and communicate. Once all the messages of light have been received, you take your leave of the angels of purity, of the ascended masters around you. The angels of purity and light escort you out of the Ascension Temple. Know that you continue your lessons and initiations if you wish. You may come back here. You find yourself coming back down the tunnel, the bridge of yellow light. back into your body. As this yellow orb is around you, feel into the energies of this yellow orb that holds you, the green energies of Serapis Bey, overlit by Lord Kuthumi, a world teacher. Archangel Jophiel, Serapis Bey, and Master Hilarion is coming in now with his emerald ray to receive healing from the emerald ray. So we thank all masters, we thank all archangels, all crystals, minerals, plants. We thank the earth, the elementals. For holding this space for us to come to some realizations, for us to be able to release and to go deeper within our hearts, to help us begin our path to magnetizing the Divine Mother's energy up through our spine and into our body in a more conscious way. And we thank Serapis Bey for his gifts. And we start to breathe together, bringing awareness back to our breath, breathing in through the nose, beautiful clear air. As it expands into your body, filling all spaces and places that feel bigger, that feel lighter. I want you to, for a moment, just feel into your aura and your energy field. Just feel how big and vibrant your energy field is in your aura. There are so many energies of love flowing around you, so many messages of light that fill your body and your space that will still continue to integrate through the next couple of days. And I have no doubt that many of you on your dreams tonight will be back with Serapis Bey in the Ascension Table. So we call all that energy back into our body. I want you to feel it come back to you like magnets on a string. As you breathe into your heart, they all come back into your body and click back into your heart, reclaiming any energy that you've given away to any person, any place the last few days. You claim it back to make yourself whole. We claim our sovereignty in our space. Our body is as Suruthandariyata, Surino, Yitian Guai, Yihin Yataha, Yaha Ambariata. Continue to breathe in. We're going to take a few deep breaths together. With the sound of the bell, we're going to exhale with a big sigh. So I want you to breathe in with me now. Holding that breath and exhale with a sigh. Wonderful. We're going to do one more deep breath in together. Just giving yourself a big sigh, and one last breath deeper than before, breathing in now. And exhale. Oh. Oh, we just remind ourselves in these quiet moments of everything we're grateful for. And although knowing that it's a hard time at the moment for a lot of us, that we only have to connect in with our hearts and lift and raise ourselves out of the collective energy, the collective fears that sometimes pool around us, to see the bigger picture and to connect in with the divine. And we have many crystal allies that can help us do that. So I want to thank you as always. I'm going to detach my energy from the field and give you back anything I may have been holding consciously, unconsciously through this plane and all planes and all timelines, dimensions, planets. I give it back. I release, I release, I release. I deeply thank you for being here with me. I really, really do. I'm so grateful for you. I just absolutely love you all. Feel like I know you all, and I just want you to take time now to just let it all sink in. Go back if you wish. Talk to your guides, go to your sacred space, your stone circle in the woods, and talk to the animals, talk to the elementals, and just receive more information. And always take time to journal and write down all your experiences. Today has been very much about the heart. And the light language that you will find this week has a bit of a transmission with it about the energies, and you can have a read about that because it's about the heart and shedding. So I'm going to leave you all. Please take time to ground in, maybe listen to the grounding meditation sound bath that's added to week 3 that we missed out on last week for technical difficulties. Ground in with golden infinite loops down from the heavens through your body down into your earth star. A really nice one is that as you're lying there still, sitting there, imagine you're sinking into the earth, and the earth just cocoons, comes up around you and holds you, and just be there with the earth for a bit, taking a few breaths of nurturing brown earth energy. Know that I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I cannot wait to meet you again next week. And I leave you all with my absolute love, and we'll be speaking to you all very soon. Okay, take care all. Happy journeying.